What up, YouTube? Welcome to the wonderful world of old school BMW drama. It took me about 3 weeks to film this video because ordering delays. I ordered my water pump from eBay, and the information that he had, as you'll see in the video, was inaccurate, and it delayed my water pump swap out cooling system refresh severely. There's no way in hell it should have taken me 3 weeks to do a regular water pump job. Anyway, as you watch the video, you'll see some clips from, well, you'll see one clip from a video from last week, and basically you'll hear repetitiveness about the water pump being delivered late, blah 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 blah, me being pissed off and stuff. So just let you know that in advance. Just watch it. It's good information. Personally, I feel that it's good information. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I got more good stuff coming up in the future, so stay tuned. If you saw my recent video of me trying to redefine my page, you will remember that I was doing the video in my car as I was bleeding it. I was under the impression that I had an air bubble in there that just continued to come back and annoy the shit out of my life. Nope, that wasn't the case. On Friday, as I was on my way home, ran hot a couple of times. Typically when that happened, I could just pull over and just go ahead and bleed the system and be done with it. Nah, no. On this cold and rainy evening, I broke down 3 times and never did get it down to temperature. Come to find out, I had a hole in my radiator. How did I discover it? It had steam coming from, yeah, there we go, right here in this vicinity. It was a hole in the radiator, and somewhere right there. So, since I had the diagnostic done on the fly, we're gonna go ahead and get that squared away. There's Tori. Say hi, Tori.
Hi, Tori.
But yeah, I got parts on order. I got a water pump coming. I have, I haven't ordered thermostat, but the thermostat will be ordered soon. And the radiator. I traded one of my spare wheels with one of my neighbors for the radiator. So I'll get my hands on that soon. I'm gonna take you on this little trip. We're gonna get this fixed and we're gonna get it back on the road so I can get back to my other projects. So yeah, I typically don't let people borrow tools just because stuff tends to not walk back into my hand. But I apparently did let someone borrow my fan clutch tool and never received it back. I have the slightest idea who I let borrow it. I've asked a couple of people that I know that tend to ask for tools that I would be prone to let borrow, and they don't have it. So yeah, I think I'll be ordering a new fan clutch tool. Alright, to get that fan clutch off, this is what I'm gonna need. Go out here and make sure it's the right size. I don't have a ruler in here with me. Let's go ahead and measure this to make sure that this is the correct size. Let's try it out on my M60. Water pump both should be the same. Ah, there we go. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm officially aggravated. My water pump is still not here. Friday and the water pump is still not here. Somebody's gonna get some bad feedback on eBay. So finally my water pump arrives the day before Thanksgiving. Ordered it on the 7th. No, I'm not happy about that. Either way, the shit is finally here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this water pump put on this car. Alright, so y'all gotta excuse me. My voice is a little gone, it's just not coming back. During the time that I was waiting for my doggone water pump, caught a cold. And over the past few days, I've been battling and fighting and battling and fighting, and I finally got the cold taken care of, but my voice has not returned yet. So throughout this video, you know, bear with me. There's gonna be some hacking, some coughing, maybe an occasional sneeze here and there, and my voice just does not sound like it's supposed to. Either way, I'm gonna make this video, I'm gonna produce this video, and I'm gonna release it on Sunday, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so everything is a mess in here. I didn't even try to organize everything except for my bolts for the water pump. But I just got finished, well, first of all, removing the old water pump. I've cleaned up my water pipes, so those are ready to go back in. I got all of my bolts where they're supposed to go in their corresponding places because they're not all the same length. If you never change the water pump on the E38, the bolts are not the same length, so watch what you're doing. My next step is to go ahead and get that old gasket off of there, clean up that grime and crap that's down there, and we'll get started reinstalling. Alright, so we have the area for the most part clean. The contact point for the water pump is clean. The old gasket is gone. All the oil and grime and everything is clean from the area as well. So that area is ready to go. The rest of the engine, however, is covered in oil, grime, and dirt. I only had one can of brake parts cleaner, so I cleaned what I could, but I ran out, and I'm not going to the store to get any more. When I first got this car, when I was going through the rebuild process with the front end being smashed to shit, I actually pressure washed this entire engine bay. Everything was spotless, but this is my daily driver, so over time, shit gets dirty. And this is a BMW. BMWs leak. They like to leak, this particular engine likes to leak at the Vano solenoids. I don't have any valve cover leaks or anything of that nature. I don't have leaks at my oil filter canister, nor do I have any leaks in my power steering reservoir. I had a leak right here at the Vano solenoid. That bolt on the bottom, yeah, it's not sealed because it's stripped on the inside, unfortunately. So that timing cover actually needs to be replaced. I do have another one, and I intend on doing it just no time soon. While I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and snatch that seal off, make a gasket, and seal it up, and hopefully it'll hold long enough for me to get to my next project, which is going to be timing chain, guys. I wanted to clean inside there as well, but I chose to not do my valley pan, which also needs to be replaced just for preventive maintenance. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'll get to that. That'll be a video for another day. Alright, let's take another quick pause. Let's talk about gaskets. Here's my wife. That's Sheila. She pretty. I love her a little bit. The gasket that comes with the water pump from the factory as well as aftermarket, wherever you're going to get your water pump from, comes with a paper gasket. Unfortunately, this company that I used to buy my water pump decided to bottle it up, throw it in a bubble wrap sack with other gaskets, and just piss me off more. This looks like an oil filter canister gasket, maybe a throttle body gasket. I don't know what that's for. I don't need it. But these two are for the water pipes. I'm kind of old-fashioned when it comes to gaskets. BMW doesn't recommend that you use any type of sealer or glue with it, and I've done it a million times without a problem with the water pumps, and I don't think I'm going to do it here either. I don't plan on using this gasket though. I'm going to go to BMW on Friday and get a gasket. It's going to put me behind another 2 days, but you know, we're going to work it out. So my baby Cakes and her best friend had this idea to iron the gasket. So we're going to try it out and see what happens. I'm still going to go to BMW Friday and get me another gasket just to be on the safe side. But I mean, hell, it seems to have worked. Look at this. It's flat exactly the way it's supposed to be. The rigidity is there the way it's supposed to be. Wow. See?
Behind every great man, there's a greater woman. It's my baby case. I break that freaking clip every time I change this hose on this engine. M62 or TU, every damn time. So guess what? Mechanic's best friend, zip tie time.
Alright, so I've officially reached the stopping point for the evening. I can't go any further because I'm missing one hose that still hasn't shown up. I just ordered it Tuesday because I forgot that I needed it. The lower cooling hose that goes from the radiator to the transmission cooler. So that'll be here on Friday. When that gets here, I'll go ahead and put the radiator in, throw the cooler in there, and pray that bleeding it the first time bleeds it properly, and my car will officially be back on the road. Alright, so it's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I got my hose. Amazon delivered like they always do. We're about to go ahead and knock this out. The M62 engine in the E38 calls for 12.5 quarts of coolant. Of course, that's supposed to be 50-50, so you're looking at, what, 6.5 on each side, give or take, or 6.25. I had this thought process. A gentleman that I know that's been working on Land Rovers since before I was born gave me an easier way to fill and bleed a system. And it actually makes a lot of sense too. Instead of filling it up, letting it run, letting the thermostat open, fill it, overflow, blah, 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 the same old, same old. His process is to fill it, let it sit, let the level drop as the coolant goes through the system. Fill it, let it sit, let it drop as the coolant goes through the system. And do that until you have your full capacity of coolant and water in your engine. Theoretically, if you do that, you shouldn't have to bleed your system because it bled itself. I have done that on the last 2 E38s, my wife's E39, her current Mercedes, and a countless number of other vehicles, and it worked flawlessly. This is the only engine that shit didn't work on, but it's because I had a hole in the radiator, so I mean it made sense. So we're gonna do that same thing now. I'm gonna go ahead and poke a hole in my my coolant bottle so that way it doesn't lug as I'm pouring it in, and we're gonna get started. Alright, so that is my first gallon of coolant and the first and only gallon of distilled water that's going in there. The bleeder screw is off, I poured it in, and it is currently dropping like it should. So once it gets down low enough, which we're getting there, I'm going to go ahead and take this other bottle, pour it in, and we should be done. Man, it feels good to be back in my car. Man, it's nothing like driving an E38 for those who don't know much about the 740 IL, 740Is. These cars are freaking amazing. I love them. This, like I said before in one of my other videos, this is my 5th one, and I don't have any regrets with any of them. Test driving the car now. I have heat. The temperature's coming up to where it should be. We're not quite at optimal running temperature, but we are warm enough and the engine is lubricated properly. I'm going through my settings now, taking a look at it. We're at 60 degrees Celsius, centigrade, whichever one you want to use, it's all the same. But yeah, it looks like we're good to go so far. I don't have my tripod or my mount, so I'm actually holding my phone right now doing this video, but you know, we'll be okay. I'm not doing anything ignorant right now. I don't plan on doing anything ignorant because we're still in the testing phase. But either way, I got my car back. I am happy. It seems like we're cooling. We're gonna go to the gas station momentarily to double check to make sure we don't have any leaks. And yeah, we're good. Next video should be me working on some exhaust, and yeah, we're gonna get right to it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, ring the bell. I need some wiper blades. And, you know, tell your friends about me. Let them know I have a pretty decent channel. I try to show stuff that's relatively relevant, for lack of better words. That's really gonna annoy me. I need to go get me some wiper blades like now. Anyway, peace out, people. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.